The Depp vs. Heard case came and went. Aquaman 2 came and went. It flopped, it tanked, whatever you want to say. There's not so much going on the surface level of the media and things like that, but on X and social media, there's stuff going on every day between the fan bases. You might recall a channel on YouTube called Incredibly Average that's run by this person here, Brian. You could say Brian was pretty much the pioneer of getting info out there about Johnny, about how he was actually being set up and defamed, and a lot of details, even computer-generated cartoons to show. For example, how the wine bottle was thrown, injuries she said she got, and things like that. But let's fast forward to today. Amber's former lawyer, Elaine Bredehoft, if that's how you say your last name, I'm probably not saying it perfect, put out this clip here along with Vice TV. What the clip is basically a preview of a show coming out called 9 Lives of Johnny Depp. What they're saying is social media was the reason that Amber lost the case. So that's why Brian had something to say about that. There are no new revelations. Elaine's a revisioning historian. At no point did Depp supporters claim it's okay to use violence if Amber did something to deserve it. The winning argument in court is JD wasn't the violent one. Heard lied. End of. Sorry to burst your bubbles. Pretty simple, but it's good that Brian here is pitching in his voice. And of course, it stirred up some conversation. Lori says, I hope Elaine's thinking of not continuing her journey as an attorney. This is about as bad as it gets. Obviously, Vice offered some money for an interview. There's an old saying, let dead dogs lie. My opinion of her has actually lowered. Yes, in Elaine's case, she should follow that advice. Let dead dogs lie. Is that lie as in tell a lie, or is there a way to write lay or something? My English is terrible. Been in Japan 17 years. Let's keep going. Marley says, Vice TV is also totally sus since Disney owes a huge chunk of them. People need to wake up. Right, because Disney owns a huge chunk of pretty much everything. Hey Brian, you don't know me, but you got me started down this rabbit hole. I'd actually believed AH like we were supposed to. Thank you. And I never believed her, but I'm pretty sure Incredibly Average pretty much triggered me off to keep covering it and fill in the basics. So yeah, same boat. But I must say, once again, I was no fan of Amber. Didn't even know who she was, except that blonde Johnny married. That was completely it. And Marielle, who's got a very close name to Marley up there, says, nearly 2 years post-verdict and this lady is still talking. Well, my theory is she's got nothing else to do. She could write a book. 39 people would buy that, I guess. Just Sam says, think you might do a stream on this when it airs. Also, welcome back. I'm not sure if Brian's actually back, but you know, what I see is sometimes these bigger accounts who have kind of retired pop in once in a while to answer something big that's going around. Probably what we see here, but I hope Brian comes back and does stuff. And Jack Ryan says, they don't quit, do they? Wonder who's financing this smear campaign. Here's the thing. I don't think they planned on quitting or wanted to. What they were doing was laying low until they think they've got a chance to put Amber's info back out there, especially when Johnny fans calm down. So now you'll probably see more of it. There's also some podcasts coming up. Not as big as this, but something. And Jilly says, oh, Elaine, the jury delivered their verdict. You're just big mad that millions of people worldwide agree with them. That's for sure. Last thing anyone needs is Elaine crawling out of the woodwork to try and draw more attention to AH. They should all just disappear into the ether, which, what I'm saying is, not what they planned on doing. They planned on dipping into the ether and jumping back out when the time's right. Our heroes returned. I hope all's well with you and yours, Brian. I hope he did return. My prediction is that he'll probably peek his head out once in a while just to say something on the big news. But we shall see. I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. For the record, Brian's channel still is on YouTube, so maybe give him a sub. Why not? Maybe he'll upload. That's it for now. If you don't subscribe here, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time. Alright, I'll make this quick. I'm rebooting my Patreon. I've got a tier now where you can get a gift from Japan. You gotta send me an address, of course, and that'll be monthly. Maybe check it out. The link's down below. Also, there's a thanks button there if you want to donate a little bit to the channel, but to any YouTube channel who's monetized, not just me. It's got a little sidebar there. And lastly, I've got a PayPal if you don't like using credit cards or stuff like that. That's also linked below. That's about it. Just an option if you feel like donating. If you don't, that's cool too. I do a video a day or more, so you'll see one pretty soon on the channel.